Okay, today I want to talk about these two games. These are essentially sister games, even though they use completely different systems. Dragon Tides and Streetmaster standalone expansion, Tide of the Dragon. They both use a bit of a rock, paper, scissors system. This is much more literal. There are three moves that one blocks each of the other type. And if you guess the right block against your opponent, if you win that challenge, your super meter goes up by 1. And then you roll dice based on your stats, plus who won here gets a bonus. Let's see. This is the interesting thing is if the attacker's attack is blocked, then the defender does a strike back using the exact same dice rolls. So like 4 blocks 4, now he's got 4 coming in. He only has 1 defense. So the guy who was attacking is now taking 3 hits. This made the game quite interesting and dynamic to have that back and forth just constantly happening. On this side, we've got your health, how many power-ups you need to flip your card to the super mode, and then what kind of strike your base does. And this is much more of a deck-building game. We have a full deck of cards of your tactics, abilities, and attacks you'll be playing out. And you can kind of build up special defenses if an attack comes in and you block with the matching defense. So instead of trying to find the opposite to block with, you block with matching, like punch blocks punch, grapple blocks grapple. If you block those, they flip over and start to power up your character. So these games actually have some of the same miniatures. This is the Dragon Tides miniature. This is the Tide of the Dragon miniature. So a pretty big difference in scale. And here's Bruce Lee and just Bruce in this game because it's not licensed. Those are the only 2 characters that were exactly the same. Everything else is different. Also on the Tide of the Dragon dice, your attack might be grapple, punch, or kick, but once again, it's represented by a default hit icon. So like this is 3 hits plus a block. If you roll this, it's a crit, and you get to roll a whole nother dice. And those can keep exploding, giving you some pretty powerful attacks. What else? Oh, let's look at the stages. One thing I liked on Dragon Tides is there's a lot of stuff on the board that is very interactive. Like you pick up this wick, it tells you exactly what it does on there. You can pick up the manhole cover, use it as a shield, throw it as discus. The thugs only had 2 health, so you flip over this token. It's very easy to track. When you did a throw, however much you beat the opponent by, that's how far you would throw them. And if they ran into something like a wall, a car, another person, they would do damage to that person. Grapple would basically stun them by the amount you win by, and then strike would damage by the amount you win by. And it was really quick, easy. This is very beer and pretzels kind of game. You can learn this super quick. It plays really quick, very dynamic. Lots of stuff moving around, being thrown around. Really fun. The bad point is that it's not soloable. This rock, paper, scissors just does not work solo. It's not satisfying. You have to have someone who's willing to play the villain, which is not that much fun. On this side, you have some similar things. There's loot pickups, spawn points for the minions and the boss, player spawns. This board had some cool stuff, like these fans. An event card would kind of suck you in towards them or send you out towards the edge of the board where you'd fall. These are spots where you take fall damage. There'd also be gusts of wind events that could knock you off into that. So there's some really interesting dynamic stuff going on. One other thing I'm excited about with this one is these little props that came along. Look like they could make for some interesting interactive stuff in fights. Still haven't seen them come out in the game yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, this is a much deeper deck building tactical game. We're going to spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to do crazy combos. Like learning the base of the game is really easy. There's very little in the rule book. Most of it's on the cards. So quick to learn, but very hard to master. This is much more beer and pretzel. I enjoyed it, but finding someone who wants to play the part of the villain is difficult. So that's my breakdown. Thank you.